Good morning and welcome to Arboleas on this gorgeous December morning. I'm just, this is not a live feed because I can't film this live, but what I thought I'd do, following on from the last video, is a little bit to give you an idea of Arboleas on foot. So I'm coming out, there's Dolly Dog just walking away, but I'm just going to come out and do my usual morning dog walk. I'm on one of the many trails that are close to the village, and what I very much like about living in Arboleas is it's possible. There's a number of residential communities where you can have your house and your villa and you're literally just 2 minutes away from gorgeous trails like this with no traffic on them at all. I'll be honest, in the spring they're obviously a lot more colourful, lots of meadow flowers and stuff like that, but this is winter now, but still it's absolutely gorgeous. So I'm going to do a little kind of walk around the village really, because I think it'd be a good idea. You see a lot if you go in the car obviously, but a lot more if you go on foot. So I'm just going to do a little kind of snapshot really, following my usual morning walking circuit. So just coming to the end of this particular track, and there's miles and miles of these wonderful little tracks and trails that go off through the countryside and form a network, I suppose, all around the village. This is quite a nice one because as I come to the end here, if I turned left literally 1 minute further up, you've got the Hostel Maison restaurant and hotel, the Coviran supermarket. So often on the Saturday I can wander up, get some bread, some supplies nice and easily and not have to use the car. If I turn to the right, which is what I'm going to do, that takes me down to one of the bridge. There's two bridge access points into Arboleas main town, and I'm going to go across what's known as the new bridge. I'll come back to that in a minute. So apologies for if there's a little bit of puffing and wheezing, but unfortunately now we've all got to do these beautiful walks, but masked up, and it doesn't make it particularly easy, but sign of the times, I suppose. So I'm coming down now towards the main town, as you can see on tarmac, and I'm soon going to pick up one of the many kind of purpose-built walking paths and pavements that circuit the whole town, going across the new bridge. I just can't believe this is December. It's 11 o'clock, 11:30. I think we're probably around 18 to 20 degrees. How beautiful for a December morning. So I've just picked up now one of the paved walking paths that circuit the entire village and make it lovely. You know, they're all kind of more or less on the level. Planted trees, you've got seating areas. It's just a wonderful thing to have, so close to the town. You can see the beautiful views I'm enjoying here, and then I'm coming down, you can see the new bridge just there, which I'm going to walk across now. My normal circuit, to be honest, I'm usually up a lot earlier and do 5.2 kilometres, taking in the entire town in a very large circuit, but of course that's for exercise and to walk the dog. There's no need to walk that far. Half the distance and you're over in the main town. And I don't know if you can see, but as far as the eye can see, left and right, beautiful citrus groves, and they're absolutely heaving with the weight of oranges at the moment, which are coming into harvest. We'll look at those a bit more in a minute. This is the season for them to be picked. So more or less now halfway over the new bridge, carrying on the same pathway that we picked up a minute ago. And as you can see, another thing that I've always loved about this particular town is how much time, effort and resource the town hall put into maintaining the pavements, the communal areas, even down to the roundabouts. You know, they're all nicely presented and planted, but you can see along here it's all tree lined. You've got street lighting for the evenings, seating areas, beautiful spot to come and enjoy some of the winter sunshine and relax. The town's there in front of me. I don't know if you can see up on the hill there, the famous observatory. We'll pop by that in a minute. What I'm hoping you can see is the huge amount of oranges. These trees are literally laden at the moment, and you can see today it's all peaceful and all quiet, but in the next week or so these groves will be a hive of activity as they come in and pick the oranges, ready for the Christmas. How can you not love this? Over the last few weeks, I have to say I've very much enjoyed doing the live feed videos for you and hopefully illustrating why so many people find our little piece of Spain in Almeria, Arboleas, so perfect. Hope you found the little videos informative and of course if you're coming to the area looking to buy a property, that you'll consider popping in and seeing us at Calida Homes. I'm crossing over the main Rambler now before heading into the town. So just come finish the new bridge now, and normally on my circuit I turn right here and go along what we call the front street, where you've got a lovely couple of bars. You've got Palmeras there and Malone's just in front of me. Coffee's amazing, so's the tostadas and the breakfast, and that's where our office is. I'd normally walk along that way, and you can see again the pavements continue, lovely seating areas, parking bays, but today what I'm going to do is take a little walk on the tiny street that runs parallel, just so I can show you a little bit more of what we've got in the village town centre. So coming along the small street that runs parallel, if you like, to the one running along the frontage, you come into this little square where we have our amazing village bakery, open 6 days a week. Tony and Kath work through the night here with Leanne, baking amazing fresh bread and cakes ready for sale the following day. They're open early in the morning, and it's just wonderful to wander over and get some fresh bread and cakes. You'll see now these streets are very narrow and normally not for cars, but today we got the cars coming over, and this kind of gives you an insight. If you look at the size of these very large houses, often 6-7 bedrooms, but lived in predominantly by the Spanish as opposed to the Brits and the expats, because they're huge living spaces. But in the centre of towns here very rarely have the gardens and the swimming pools that our buyers tend to want. So I'm going to carry along this little street here. I'm just passing one of Total Entertainment, a brilliant shop, if you like, run by the fantastic Danny and Claire. There's one in Albox and one in Arboleas. And they're almost like a town village hub. They're news agents, offer computer services, phone services, gift cards, even put on fantastic coach trips to shopping centres, etc. And just up on my right, although you can't see it, we've got Ovi's gym. Go for gym classes, personal training. Fantastic facility. So at the other end of the tiny street from the bakery, we enter into another very pretty little square. You can see these gorgeous trees in front of you. They're full up with lights that come on in the evening through December. Looks magical. So you can see our beautiful church. You've got the famous Pablo's bar there on my left, and then in this little square you've got Farrow's hairdressers, 2 English-speaking banks with all the usual banking facilities come around the corner. I'm doing this, I've chosen this morning to do this video because Saturday morning is market day, and the little street I just walked along would have been filled up with fruit and vegetable stalls and very difficult to walk along. So just coming along these little trader shops here, but you've got Sassy Casas run by Jill, wonderful gift emporium, fantastic gift ideas, scented candles, handbags, ornaments, you name it. Our wonderful tobacconist run by Andreas, which is a tobacconist come off licence, again sells gifts as well. A fantastic discount store for household cleaning products and stuff like that. Stationery, drinks, beauty products, all on sale in there at very good prices. So this is the front street that runs along, and this is obviously very, very familiar to me because literally right on that corner there is our office, where I will be every day, Monday to Friday. So now you see the second of the 2 bridge access points, which is the old bridge. Only one vehicle going in one direction at a time, there's not room for 2. And the main Rambler again. Now this is part of my usual circuit. I'm going to walk up this very steep hill. There's a far more level access up to the top of the town on the other side. But I choose this one because I'm doing the walk for the exercise and walking the dog. So I'm going to switch the camera off now because you don't need to hear me puffing and wheezing as we go up there. So reach the top of the steep hill. It's a little bit windy up here, so hopefully the Talking's not being buffered out by the wind, but hey ho. So you can see stunning views down over the Rambla. Here's our fantastic outside gym, free of charge. During Corona times, of course, not being used, but in normal circumstances, very popular. Up there in the distance, you can see the Hostel Messon. I'm scanning round now, and then you get the first residential hamlet, I suppose, closest to the village, La Judea, which joins Apadero and then onto La Perla. Very popular locations because you literally have a 10 to 15 minute walk through the beautiful fruit groves over the old bridge into the village. As mentioned earlier, there's a lot of communities in Arboleas where you can choose a property that's within walking distance of the main town and amenities, but just as equally, you can be a lot further out. It's horses for courses, really what people like. It offers the best of both worlds.